G'day, Tyler. Boyd. Listen, how's your squad? I heard yous all fighting out and about your house late last night. Oh, Mike. Mike was out and about late last night, riding around with no light on his motorbike. Go on. You must have been livid. Nah, I was calm. His Aunt Darlene could have killed and buried him, though. Why would his aunt get so squirrely with Mike doing that? Well, he was riding around half-loaded with an empty point on him. That's how her young feller died. Oh, right. Imagine if he got killed. That would have learnt him. Oh, sounds like poor Mike's in it pretty deep with his aunt, ain't he? Imagine if the cops pulled him over for drinking and driving. Might have got his license suspended. Again. What? Yous don't know what me or them there characters was saying? Go easy. My name's Gerard White, and through this here video here, I'm going to learn yous how to speak the eloquence of the island. See, the last little while there when I've been perusing the Facebook, I noticed that a lot of people don't seem to understand what the word potatoes means, and that meat and potatoes promotion they got going on the PEI internet. Well, obviously potatoes means potatoes. You know, like potatoes. Potatoes. The things McDonald's French fries are made out of. Potatoes. Anyways, that got me thinking that maybe people don't know how to speak the island anymore. And maybe a little bit of a refresher would be just the ticket. So here I am with some instruction on how to speak the eloquence of the island. Anyways, listen, whether yous are long-time islanders who maybe got a little too cultured, whether on purpose or by accident or whatever, or yous are new to the island and never had a chance to learn it, or even if yous are just tourists and you're thinking of visiting PEI once the COVID calms down a little bit and you just want to learn how to decipher what we're saying. Look it, when I'm done with yous will be talking right good, just like an islander, guaranteed. Now the first thing you gotta learn is the basics, and the most basic is this. That's where you turn the letter I into an I sound. This way a word like becomes like, boik becomes boik, night comes to sound like night, point sounds like point, and so on. Next is the OW sound. To sound like a true islander, you gotta know this one too, and that's where you put an A sound in front of the OW sound. That's where the word house comes to sound like house, out sounds like out, about turns into about, and so on. Now all of what I was just talking about can be summed up in this here sentence here, which you heard in that little skit at the top of this here video here or whatever. Mike was driving his bike out and about the house last night, drinking a pint of the captain. Now let's all try that together. You just follow my lead here, would yous? Mike was driving his bike out and about the house last night, drinking a pint of the captain. Now try it on by yourselves. Well, that's not too bad. Listen, if you get the hang of these here guidelines, I'll bet you can fool practically anyone into thinking yous are islanders, whether you are or not. But if yous want to truly sound like a complete islander, you'll have to master the yeah. Now, if you want to get right technical about it, I think that's called the reflective yes of agreement. Now, I know that sounds as complicated as an old boot, but don't let that worry you. Basically, this is used if you're agreeing with something someone just told you. Yeah. Now, here's a common island wake scene to show you what I mean. It's a shame he was taken so quick, Boyd. Yeah. It's good that he didn't have to suffer long, though. Yeah. It's a blessing that way, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the yeah. Instead of saying yes when agreeing with someone, islanders will say yeah as they take in a quick breath of air. Yeah. Let's all try it. I'll say some stuff to yous, and yous can all respond like an islander would. Ready? Let's go. Well, it's a shame that your Uncle Charlie's still in the hospital. I hear they're going to put him in a home as soon as he gets out. Ain't that something? So you were to the Legion last night, I'll bet? Did you get drunk? That's great. Yous are all starting to sound like yous are from the island. Now next, I'll show yous another habit of island speech. Now this here habit usually shows up when islanders are spouting off lists or whatever. Instead of saying and, islanders will often add an sound to the end of a word. Pause while they think of the next word in the list, and then do the same with each following word in the list. Now here's a little skit to show yous what I mean. You were out to the big office barbecue last night, were you, boy? What'd you have to eat? Oh, lots of stuff. Oh, yeah? Like what? Oh, they had hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken and coleslaw and some lobster and let's see what else. Oh, they had grilled fish and potato salad and oh, they had some pies. Sounds like quite a spread. It does sound like quite a spread, don't it? So there you have it, the basics of how to sound like an islander. Of course, there's lots of other ways you could spout off to make people think yous are islanders. Things like saying Pam instead of Pam for the palm of your hand. Cam for cam, like, it's a right cam day out, ain't it? Sandwich for sandwich, like as in, did anybody see what happened to my bologna sandwich? And of course, the word that brung me to make this video in the first place. Potatoes, as in meat and potatoes. As in, why don't you stay for supper, Tyler? Can't say it's going to be a big spread with just cooking up some meat and potatoes, but you're more than welcome to stay. Tell you what, you give your mother a call and tell her that you're staying, and meantime, I'll fix you up a plate. So there you have it. More than enough tools there to get you started. You just follow the basic principles I outlined in this here video here. I guarantee you'll start to sound like an islander. Listen, follow these here rules and you'll be practically halfway to getting your stamps. Or at the very least, better welfare. I'm Gerard White, and this here's been How to Speak the Eloquence of the Island.